Good morning, second grade. I've never done this before. I've started this video a bazillion times and have stopped. And here I go. I just figure I never videotape myself and I never take pictures of myself, hardly ever. So I'm just going to roll with it, and whatever crazy nonsense you get, you get. You know I'm crazy anyway, so let's just roll with this, okay? So we're going to start out with our morning work. Hopefully you've done your morning work for 3 days. So we're gonna correct the first 3 days of morning work on this video. So first of all, if you haven't done the first 3 days, pause the video right now and go ahead and get it done before you watch the rest of it. All right, here we go. So here we have our morning work, and it says write 2 sentences about how the weather feels outside. So just tell me any 2 sentences, and don't forget, please, capital letters, periods, or punctuation, and your sentences must make sense. What time is it? Don't forget to look at the hour hand first, which it's between 2 and 3. So it hasn't reached 3 o'clock yet, so it is 2. And the minute hand is on the 9. So remember, we count by 5s. And on the 6, it's halfway around, so it's 30, 35, 40, 45. So 2:45. And what else do we call this? What's another way of saying this time besides 2:45? Quarter to 3. Okay, then we look at adding the numbers. We start in the ones. 4 and 5 is 9. 6 and 2 is 8. Our number is 89. Let's look at circle the adverb in each sentence. I clicked the computer mouse twice. She happily sang a song. I silently sat in time out. Well, you have to find the verb first because an adverb describes a verb. So the verb is clicked. I clicked the computer mouse twice. She happily sang a song. Sang is the verb. I silently sat in time. Sat is the verb. And what word describes those? I clicked the computer mouse twice. Twice. She happily sang a song. How did she sing? Happily. Notice that ly, that little clue. I silently sat in time out. How did I sit? Silently. And notice the ly again. So we'll take a look at the next one. She bought the ice cream cone all by herself. Reflexive pronouns. They reflect back on ourself. So what's the reflexive pronoun in the sentence? Herself. What is the subject? What is the subject it is referring to? Herself. She. Solve the math problems. 27 plus 11, 8. 3, 38. 24 plus 21, 4 and 1 is 5, 2 and 2 is 4, 45. 35 plus 22, 5 and 2 is 7, 3 and 2 is 5. Yay, on to the next page. I will try to do only 1 page a day and go through your work so the videos will not be as long, but today we're doing a little catch up. So it says, color 3 of the 4 parts. You may color any 3. Remember that my coloring is messy, but yours should be neat and shaded in nicely. Okay, and 3 out of 4 is 3/4. 3/4. Write the number next to the number. Write the number word next to the number 75. So here we have 75, 39, 50, 2. Write the numbers that are 100 more than the number given. So it's 100 more. Remember, I usually underline that hundreds place because I know that's the number that's going to be changing. So 785 becomes 100 more, 885. 154 becomes 254. 805 becomes 905. 457 becomes 557. Use weep in a sentence. Weep means to cry softly. It is a verb. So think about how you can use the word weep in a sentence and write it. Capital letter, punctuation, and it must make sense. Write the irregular plural nouns. 1 man becomes 3 men. 1 woman becomes 2 women. How many blocks are there? There are 223. And the last page for today, how can you regroup this set of cubes? We have 3 10s and 13 1s. Remember that we want to group 10s. So if I group that, then that becomes another 10 rod. So we have 3, 4, and 3 little ones left over. So our new number is 43. What time is it? Look at the hour hand first, and it is on the 1. So we put 1. Then remember we count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. And it is 1:15. What's another way of saying 1:15? Quarter after 1. Write the suffix less on each word, then put the new words in the correct sentence. Hairless, tasteless, wireless. Water is blank because it doesn't have a taste or smell. Water is tasteless. My uncle is blank because he's bald. Hairless. My mom's phone is wireless because it doesn't have a cord. Write the rhyming words next to the given words. June. How about tune? They. How about hay? Pour. Sore or sore. Remember that you do not have to use the same spelling pattern. It can be any spelling pattern as long as it rhymes. 55, and remember if you have difficulty, write the numbers next to it so that you see the digits. And 55 is less than 56. 79 is greater than 49. I'm going to write the numbers here. "96 is greater than 86. 32 is less than 36. 49 is less than 59. All right, we are done with our morning work. Now we're going to take a look at our next activity. Bear with me as I move papers all over the place. All right, get out that reading packet. Hopefully you've been studying your spelling words. We will have a spelling test when you return, so we will not have one right now. You can also go into Spelling City and practice your spelling words and do the games that are on there. Okay, so for Monday, I wanted you to read the story. And after you got done reading the story, then I wanted you to do, well, actually, not when you're done reading the story. I want you to read partway through the story. And then you can do this prediction page, which is what do you think is going to happen next in Brave as a Mountain Lion? Write about it and draw a picture. So you can stop wherever you'd like, halfway through, tell me what you think is going to happen next, and then draw a picture. Then we have the next page, which is, have you ever have to speak in front of an audience? Have you ever had to speak in front of an audience? Oh, look at that typo. Were you afraid and what happened? And explain how you find the courage to speak in front of an audience. Like maybe in church, okay? Could be your example. Or maybe standing up and giving an answer in class. I also want you to do this sound sort, this sound spelling, and for Monday, you're doing this 129 and 130. Okay, you put the words in the correct sentences. And then over here, unscramble the words. That one could be a little tricky. Okay, so maybe you can have brother, sister, or parents assist you with that one. Okay, and then circle the correct word spelling for each word at the bottom. Pretty simple. Let's take a look now at, for Tuesday, I wanted you to do the vocabulary selection, okay, so that you know all the vocabulary words in the story, and then draw a line to match their vocabulary meaning, and then do the sentences on the back, circle the correct word that completes each sentence, and then write it on the line. Okay? And so that is for Tuesday. Don't forget to do your vocab flip and your vocab cut and paste. Okay? And then finally, on Wednesday, which is today, you will be doing author's purpose. If I can find it, hold on, guys. Author's purpose. Okay, and remember, we've gone through this before. The author has a purpose for writing what they do. So it's to inform, to entertain, or to persuade. And then after each sentence, write what you think the purpose of the sentence is, or the purpose of the author in writing those kinds of stories. Okay. And on the back, same thing. Reread page 267 of Brave as a Mountain Lion. What is the author's purpose? So you tell me the author's purpose was to inform, persuade, or entertain. And how did the author show purpose in the story? Like, give me an example from the story. And write a title to a story as an example for each. So give me a title of a story that would be to entertain, just for fun. A story that's just for fun and entertainment. Then give me something that is to persuade, that might persuade us to want to do something or act a certain way. Inform, like a story that would inform us about something, whether it's ants or inform us about rocks or different animals. Okay. Persuade. Keep in mind, our last story had a persuading theme. So think about what that theme would have been for our story of an empty pot. Choose one of your titles from above and write the sentence for that story. Write the title and the author's purpose for that. Okay, so that is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for reading. And then social studies, you're going to read this about rights and responsibilities. And then you're going to do the little puzzle. Write a sentence about some ways you and your family can help protect the earth. This should be an easy page for you. Think about some things, and we've talked about a lot of ways of saving the earth and things that we can do and to help our earth. At the beginning of the year, we talked about our kindness stories, and many of them had to do with saving our earth. So what are some ways that you and your family can do that? And put these sentences in order by writing a number on the line next to each sentence. So go ahead and take a look at the pamphlet, reread if you need to be able to complete the bottom part. And then you have a workbook page. Let's see if I can find that pretty quickly. You have page 19 to do, which looks like this. So you just have to fill in the correct answer, multiple choice. And then on the back, fill in the correct answers there. Okay, so if you need help with those answers, then go back to this pamphlet that you had read, because all the answers are going to be in this. Okay? And now religion, our Stations of the Cross. You find that pamphlet for you. Just a second. And here we go. Stations of the Cross, directions. Please read each sentence, reflection, respond to the questions with complete sentences. Use a lot of juicy details and your neatest handwriting. When you are finished with your response, please color each picture neatly with crayons or colored pencils. So, what Mrs. Albers wants you to do is, I want you to read Station 1, this little section right here. And it says, after Jesus was whipped and crowned with thorns, Pilate said that Jesus had to die. This was unjust because Jesus did not do anything wrong. Do you think you could suffer quietly like Jesus if someone made you go through something painful when you didn't do anything wrong? So think about that. You know, could you suffer like he did? And write your response down here. First station, Pilate condemns Jesus to death. Tell me how you feel if you could go suffer like Jesus, and how he must have felt during that time. Okay, then we go to Station 2, and you're going to read this Station 2 paragraph, and then answer the question or tell me how you feel. The question is, let's see, can you be like Jesus and accept your cross willingly? What are some ways that you can do this? So that's what you would write, some ways that you can do that. And then Station 3 is Jesus carried a heavy cross on his back, where his skin was torn from being whipped. He was weak and fell down. Sometimes we are weak and fall into, and if this happens, how can you get up again and be better? Jesus falls for the first time. And so answer that question. If this happens, how can you get up and be better? All right, now that is done. I am going to put a video on for you, which would be the video that you're working on this week. Does this look familiar to you? So let's see. Symbol.
Cent. 1. Tens. Here is a story. Luke has 46 cents. Tara has 37 cents. How much money do they have altogether? How much money does each child have? Luke has 46 cents, and Tara has 37 cents. What do you need to find? You need to find how much money they have altogether. Adding 46 cents plus 37 cents is like adding 46 plus 37. Why is adding 46 cents plus 37 cents like adding 46 plus 37? The numbers are the same and you add them in the same way. What do you do differently when you add money? When adding money, you use the cent symbol. How do you write the problem when you add money? Line up the tens and ones places. Write the cent symbol. How do you solve 46 cents plus 37 cents? Add. Add the ones first. Regroup. Then add the tens. Write the cent symbol. The sum is 83 cents. How much money do Luke and Tara have altogether? There is 83 cents altogether. Now you see how to add money.
Okay, boys and girls, so our next pages are coin pages. Keep in mind that when you're doing those coin pages, keep in mind, I'm sorry, I see I'm not very good at this video thing. When you're doing your coin pages, make sure that you label each coin on top of it or above it, and then underneath you're counting all of those coins as you're finishing each one of those. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on those coin pages, that you've labeled each one above it or on the coin, and then underneath that you're counting each one of those coins, starting with the coin with the highest value, going down to the coin with the least value. I am going to end this video. I have to go and do another video for my father who is in a nursing home. So I will see you later, and I'll continue to do videos, and I hope this was helpful, and I hope it didn't sound too crazy. Again, I miss you. I hope that you're having a good time at home, and take care. Bye.